So in today's video, I'm going to be going over the research paper that I did on political beliefs and diving in on the differences between media outlets and the beliefs that each side holds. Okay, so to start, we'll go with the article that is not in favor of Donald Trump by the HuffPost. And it says here that America puts a coup attempting convicted criminal back into the White House, with a caption that says Donald Trump won back the presidency 4 years after losing re-election and inciting a violent attack on the Capitol to try to remain in power. Now, this article, with that title, pretty much gives you an idea of the side that they stand on and the bias that they have behind them. But of course, it is still opinions on both sides. And moving on to the side in support of Trump, you'll notice the large difference. Okay, and then in the article in support of Donald Trump, the title tells us how Donald Trump pulled off the greatest comeback in political history. Now, that title already tells us a bit of the bias that the article will stand for, with statements highlighting what's already been said, talking about the quotes from his speech, talking about helping our country heal, and talking about retribution for political enemies. And then a quote from Fox News, basically highlighting his success. Sorry. So then moving on over to my actual paper, in my opening paragraph, I make the point that the vote has turned more hostile, and kind of separates the, main choices into parties, but it kind of takes away from the focus that it, kind of does lead where the country goes for the next 4 years. The main point I guess I'm trying to make with my essay is how picking a side in an election can be controversial no matter which side you pick, simply because how divided each party is from one another. And I was wanting to show you the, I guess, different reactions from each side when their candidate, won or lost. I'll go with this one here. Let's see if it's and then for the other. So what I was trying to show you with those videos is how impactful and, I guess, important the election can be to each party. Like with some reactions being very emotional and others, I guess, being emotional in another sense. So after looking at the articles, it feels like the idea of an election has changed fundamentally. Like with its first iteration, I don't believe that it had been such a competition between the candidates, and it was probably much more friendly. But now it's just a competition of seeing who has better accolades, who can make the other candidates sound bad. But I don't think that's how it was when it started. So essentially, I feel like our country might be going downhill, and it's possibly too far gone with how different and, I guess, hateful the supporters have sometimes gotten towards each other. And I don't think there's an easy way to make a policy or set of ideals that will make both sides happy. So there will always be a fight between the two parties with the system that America currently sits in.